2, Flames of Freedom. This is possibly the most ambitious retro review I've done, because this game is immense. As you can see, this is another Mike Singleton production. I didn't think he had anything to do with this, but it turns out he did. It was released by Rainbird in 1992, I think, or 91, somewhere around there. And it is the follow-up to Midwinter. Now, something I read, I'm not entirely convinced by it, but apparently it was just going to be called Midwinter 2, but they added the Flames of Freedom bit at the end, because the title, Midwinter, looks and sounds a bit like the German word for red boy, and consequently the game didn't sell that well in Germany and Austria and the likes. I'm just quoting what I read. Personally, I don't believe it any more than you do. Anyway, this bloke sitting here is Control. He's like this game's version of M from the Bond films. Essentially, this game has you as some sort of like James Bond type secret operative. Now I'll just go through the security check where I can click on any name I like, because this is a cracked version of the game. Now the story of the game is it's the nuclear winter that had caused the big freeze on Midwinter Island, which is the location that you're in the first game. The nuclear winter has now passed. So we've had the Great Thaw, or whatever you want to call it. And you are now in a region which is comprised of a fairly large archipelago of 42 islands, and the enemy, who plans to basically seize control of all of the islands and enslave the population or anything, has a large armada built up, which is going to be sailing through the archipelago to the main island, which is where you are based right here. No, I don't remember what it's called. So you have to go out and get as many of the islands in the archipelago to support you as you can, which is a lot easier said than done for several reasons. Right, now there's no two ways about it, this video is almost certainly going to go on for a fucking age, so get ready for the long haul. What we shall do is head to the personnel and create a new character. And this music, and believe me, you really do get sick of this fucking tune. Starts up again almost every single time you click on anything. Now there are a load of fireworks going off in the background, so hopefully you can ignore them. So anyway, let's create a new agent. Fucking hell. Lukozer, I don't know what second name he is. Lukozer Khan, there you go. Right, so we shall be a bloke. So you can change, quite a few aspects of his appearance. Whether he's a fat bastard, whether he's black, whether he's fairly chubby, whether he's not so chubby, and whether he's an extremely fat bastard, or if he is so fucking skinny he looks like he's suffers from AIDS. So yeah, there's a quite a number of appearance options. I'm not really fussed about changing the appearance, not the least because this isn't about this particular section. I'm trying to show the game in general. Obviously, if you were James Bond, you would be excellent at all of these, but I'm not, so I'm not. So as you change one thing, it adjusts another. So you can't be good or excellent at everything. The best you can hope for is to be average at most things, good at a couple and excellent at something else. Excellent at sex appeal. This is clearly not based on me then. That'll do actually, right, so that. Again here you can have after good is excellent, but as you change one it drops something else. And the more you play about with this, the more you'll find poor appearing everywhere. You don't really want poor anything. So you've got good reflexes and stamina and average everything else. That's about as good as you can hope to get. You are not going to have good or excellent everything. So that's yeah, that looks right. So we'll use this agent. Disk accessing. There is a monumental amount of disk accessing in this game. The loading issue is quite a major problem actually. It slows the game down immensely. Right, let's go into the training. I'm not actually going to start a training mode, but it will show you the depth that there is in this game. There are quite a number of different modes of transport in this game. That is second only to Hunter. Whereas in the first game you basically had your skiing, using the snowmobiles, hang gliding and the cable car, that was it. In this you got a hell of a lot more. So land vehicles, you can be in a tanker, jeep, truck, bus, train or on foot. Yes, train. In the sea, you have the choice of a speedboat, or you can be swimming, or a mini sub, or a submarine, or a ship, or you can be a frogman. So we're already up to 12 forms of transport. Then we have air, which brings us up to 18. Really consider a parachute to be a form of transport. So we have a biplane, helicopter, a zeppelin, a hot air balloon, a rocket pack and a parachute. And if that wasn't enough, we then have amphibious vehicles, which brings us up to 22 forms of transport. We can flying boat, hovercraft, flying sub and the crawler. The crawler I think is pushing it a bit, saying it's amphibious. I mean, yes, it can go in the water, but because it's so big and heavy, it just goes along the seabed. So now, if you are captured, there are various ways of trying to escape, but actually I will show it here just in case you don't see it in the actual demonstration of the gameplay itself. Again, it's loading. Again, it's a lot of disk accessing. Right, so here we are. So the secret police will catch you languishing yourself waiting for a chance to escape. With regard to those Smith, will you do nothing or will you take destiny by the throat? So you can wait, you can bribe him or you can attack him. If there's a female officer there, you also have the option to seduce them. Let's try attacking the cunt. He overpowers me, so there we go. Right, so next. Next is Tutuola. Really, nothing will take this. Okay, let's try and beat the fuck out of this bastard then. And he overpowers me. Right, so I'm a bit fucked at the moment, so I'll wait for Zero to piss off. It looks like let's try and beat him up anyway. Probably get shit kicked out of us again for the third time. Oh, Hudson overpowers you. Right, so now we have a female, so now we have the option to seduce them. Now my sex appeal is supposedly very high, and yet she succumbs to your advances and smuggles you out of the headquarters. So there you go, that is how you go about trying to escape from prison when you've been captured. Right, I won't bother showing you the firefight or strategy because you'll probably see plenty of those when I actually start the campaign itself. Right. Now, if you go to the war room, oh thank fuck for that, it didn't start that fucking tune again. What I was saying in my review of X Out, as I will still continue to say it, it's good to have, like, you know, a tune or something while the disc is accessing, providing the tune is any good. The music in this game is fucking horrible. So yeah, I'm not so keen on them doing it here. Anyway, so in the war room you simply have the option to start a new campaign or save your current one or load an existing one. So we'll start a new one. Operation, well, what better name than Operation Bollocks. Right, oh fucking hell, I've got to contain a, I've got to create a campaign disc and I haven't fucking, no, I haven't got a blank disc in DF1. Oh, fuck's sake. Right. This is the fourth attempt at doing this fucking thing. So, if this doesn't work, then bollocks to it. Right. One thing I noticed when watching the playback of part 1 is that fucking unbearable music has a habit of drowning me out, so I'm going to have to try and shout over the top of it because you can't escape it. Anyway, before I carry on, if you are, well, yeah, if you do fancy giving this game a go after watching this video, seek help. But on top of that, two things I recommend. Firstly, although this one I'm playing is the 1 meg version, I would recommend configuring WinUAE so you have 2 meg RAM. What I have is I got 512k chip RAM, 512k slow RAM and 1 meg of fast RAM. I would also strongly recommend that you set it up to have a hard drive installed and install this game on the hard drive within the Amiga because, well, you're about to find out just how much disk accessing there is and how much it slows the game down. Anyway, let's head to control and get a mission underway. Which means this fucking music is back. You get sick of this music, you know, very quickly. But he's calling me Steel, by the way, because of course the character Lukozer has long gone. But yeah, you get sick of this music at the best of times. I have now, as I say, this is the 4th fucking video where I've been playing this fucking game. I am beyond sick of this fucking music. So anyway, this is where you select which islands you want to go to. That's the action. I don't know why that's there. You've got to select the island before you can go anywhere. I am going to go to this island here because it's ranked as 1, so it's considered the easiest. We'll see just how accurate that is. So, more disk accessing, and there is a hell of a lot more to come as it loads up the release map and then gives you the information about it. So, Iquitos is the headquarters of the Imperial Propaganda Ministry. Its radio station is beaming a continuous stream of fiction towards the island of Agora, although it is a freak blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay, you've read all that. Right, so now we've got to wait for the next bit to load. It's not that, you know, modern games have me, you know, impatient with loading. Even back in the day, so I bought this the day of release. Even back in the day, I got so bored with it. Anyway, so mission objective is, objective 1 anyway, is to sabotage the radio station Echo Pass. And objective 2 is to enlist Fyodor Dvorak, a millionaire businessman and recluse. Username to be generous, and he will be able to bribe the island's governor to relinquish control. And objective 3 is to destroy Major Bamba's speedboat squadron, which guards the island's vital trade routes. There we go, right. More loading, so we return to the island view again, or view of the entire archipelago. So it'll take us 4 days to get to Iquitos, no problem. So you set there for the for the loading and then for the slow reveal of the map, just for it to show us that. Then you click one more icon and it's more disk loading, more disk accessing, and this is the story of the game. So there you go, you arrive by speedboat. So it's taken all that time to load out just to tell us we'll be arriving by speedboat. Surely there was a quicker way of telling us that. And now it tells us the equipment we'll be carrying. So we have a pistol with 30 rounds. That's fine. Get a lot more equipment during the game anyway, so you know, that's not a big deal. It looks like that's all of the equipment we will have. Yep, that's all we're taking. Okay, I've got no problem with that. More loading. Here we go. So the contacts. Masood Kassar, who's a burglar. That sounds like someone I really want to trust. That is probably the only contact on the island. You rarely have more than one. So, back to the island where it will show us where the contacts are. So that's where they are, which means we're probably going to arrive nowhere near there. Now the actual these are other military units that you will need to deal with. It's best to actually avoid too many head-on fights, but avoiding them is a lot easier said than done. Helicopters will be tough, balloons will be easy, hovercrafts, they're going to be pretty tough as well. With hovercrafts you've got no escape. You can't go into the sea because they'll follow you in there. More loading. So after all that then, you can now have the chance to go through it all again, which I have no wish to, and I will accept the mission. Yeah, good luck, fuck off. Right, off we go. And we're there. Of course, arriving by speedboat isn't so great because they're extremely fragile, and of course it's sea only. You can't, you know, quickly. Yeah, if you had a hovercraft, which the last gameplay that I did, where it didn't fucking record, I arrived on a hovercraft, which was quite handy. Right, now there are a lot of units in the area. So let's get onto land. Right, let's get out of here. Because those enemy units are right on top of me. Now you can see from the display that's saying I can jump into another unit or another vehicle, which is fine, but it's the speedboat that I was already using. Have a look around. Yeah, so it's a helicopter that's bombing me. Not going to do too well against a fucking helicopter. There are also Zeppelins in the area. There's a hell of a lot going on around here. So I've landed right in a fucking hot location. So the controls, I'll try and go through them as we're doing this. It's controlled pretty much the same as the first Midwinter game was. Except that your left and right mouse buttons now change your view. Right mouse button, you look upwards, left mouse button, you view downwards. I'm going to jump into that. I think I'm now flying a biplane. Yep, so now we're in the biplane. This will make destroying these other enemy vehicles somewhat easier. Biplane is very tricky to control actually. For some reason it's armed with homing missiles, which that one has destroyed that helicopter. Now the other unit that was around here is a fucking Zeppelin. That won't take much to destroy. He's a gunner. Yeah. And then there's another airborne unit over here. It's another biplane. Oh, I think I took out a missile that he had launched at me. There's another helicopter. Sometimes it gets a bit chaotic on screen and you can't really see what's happening. Yeah, he's down. Now, I want to head towards that contact. Fuck it, this helicopter's in the way though. I'll get a shot of him first. Yeah, he's gone. Now, I want to try and land. Oh, this is another annoying thing about the game. It stops the action to tell me that I have destroyed an enemy unit, which is one of the generals who is controlling either the helicopters or the biplanes or the Zeppelins or whatever. Okay, great, I did that. But you don't have to stop the whole game and then go through another huge amount of loading just to tell me this. There you go, so General Loomis. 3 helicopters, so I've got an extra $3 grand. Great, okay. But why stop the game to tell me that? So now we've got to go back to the fucking loading. Oh, and it's not as if, you know, this game doesn't have enough constant interruptions for loading the next whatever. So this just... This is the story of the game. So, right, now what I was doing was trying to land my aircraft. I think I can get out of it now, yeah. Right, now what I was doing was trying to land my aircraft. I think I can get out of it now, yeah. me to get back in the biplane again. At the moment I don't really want to do that. What I want to do is I need to look at the map, which means more fucking loading. And it's the return of this fucking music again. Now, because my patience with this game has long since run out because of the failed previous recordings, I'll get on with the review straight away. Graphically, the game's not bad. Let's just check out who's here. Oh, it's just one thing. No, I don't want that, I want that. That shows me the mission objectives. That's who I want to see. So let's now set a route. There. Set off, fucking turned off the function I needed. Right, set a route. There we go. Right, that's the auto route. So now we close the map, which means the return of this fucking music and more fucking loading. Anyway, right, on with the review. Graphically it's okay. None of the objects are as clearly defined as they were in the original Midwinter, probably because they've basically taken the original Midwinter and multiplied it by 42. The auto route's already planned. I don't think I'm going to be able to go too quickly. Ideally, one of those units will come by me and I'll be able to jump in them, because yeah, I've got a hell of a job trying to avoid all of these bloody shells and that which are being launched at me. So anyway, I mean, graphically it's fine, but yeah, it's a bit it's not quite as clearly defined as in the first game. As far as the audio goes, the audio is horrendous because you just get so sick of that fucking music. The sound effects, what there are okay, but there's a lot more music in this game and none of it is particularly great. But remember, there was no music at all in the first one, so it's not missing anything by not having any music. It's just I don't know why they felt it necessary to put it in there. And hopefully this cunt who I'm trying to meet will hide me from the enemy for a bit. There they are in the background. The trouble is, if I get too close, right, so I'm going to turn off the, because otherwise I'm just going to, they could end up being destroyed along with me. Let's see if I can get rid of some of these fuckers who are following me around. Zeppelins. The Zeppelins shouldn't be too difficult to take out, because of course they are just balloons. Fucking hell, those explosions are close. Fuck it, let's jump into it. That's the Zeppelin that I'm now jumping into and taking control of. Okay, there's James Bond-esque, in the ability to do that, but I mean, come on, it's stretching believability quite a bit that you suddenly leap from the ground into a Zeppelin. That's another Zeppelin gone. Now if we can get a shot of this fucking biplane. Bollocks, he took me out before I had the chance to destroy him. So I'm now going to be on the ground. Well, first of all I'm parachuting down. Now I'm on the ground. Oh, fuck it, the missile that I launched at that biplane didn't quite hit. I was trying to take out a biplane with just a pistol is well, you're not really going to succeed. Hopefully you'll come past close enough actually and I'll be able to jump into it. Like that. Just Well, and that means I've taken out another unit, which means more of this loading. The game has now come to a grinding halt just to tell me this again. Which brings me on to gameplay. The gameplay is constantly being interrupted because if you do any kind of achievement, the whole game stops just so it can load this picture up, then load up the thing saying, oh, you managed to do this. Okay, yeah, great. I don't care though. There are still 2 planes remaining, but he's lost 4. So then we've got to load the game again. Oh. When you are actually playing the game, it plays just as well as the first Midwinter. The trouble is, you're not playing the game for anything like long enough. You spend so much time just sitting here waiting for something to happen because the game's fucking loading something yet again. And what I'm going to do is what I did before, which is try and land this thing. So we come down to below 200 feet. As you can see from the altimeter there. Right, so 204, 70. Right, there we go. We've landed. Jump out. Jump out. Yeah. Where's the bloke we were supposed to meet? He's round here somewhere. I think he's the other side of that building, is he? Where the fuck has he gone? I am in the right place because he was there just a few seconds ago. Where the fuck is he? I'm going to have to bring up the map, I think, to check where he is, but it looks like he's fucking disappeared. So there's another issue with the game. The person that I'm supposed to meet has vanished. And to be honest, I didn't have that problem before, so I don't know why it started now. I've got to bring up the map again, so it's more loading. So I've got to find where he's gone. So what do I rate this game then while we're waiting for this? As I say, when you're playing the game, it's as good as the first Midwinter, which I still think is one of the best Amiga games that I've played. I think it's a fantastic game. Right, of course it's laid in, now we'll get the auto route to take us to him. So yeah, it plays as well as first Midwinter, which would make you think it's great. But as you can see, you spend so little time actually doing anything because the game is constantly loading and loading stuff which half the time you don't want to know. And there he is. Right, we'll stop the auto route then. Stop the auto route. And when we get there, we'll have the chance to meet them. And then we get the interaction screen. Now the trouble is, again, more loading. Sorry, this is the story of the game. Now, even in this video you can see just how often, even though I'm not playing the game in any major way, how often I'm having to stop while more loading takes place. And that is the biggest problem with the game. It's over ambitious, and as a result it just does not work, because everything you do... Okay, so she's eager to help. What can she do? Would you give me some information, which is handy? Raymond, oh, I thought it's a Raymond Chandler for a moment. Oh, anyway, okay, right, that's handy, so I'll accept that. Which means now you've got to wait for it to load again while it loads up the map to show you where they are. So in this short go, I mean, I'm not attempting to, you know, actually do a full go. This is just showing you what the game is like. I'm spending all this time sitting here waiting for it to load, and so not really doing a great deal. So this is where the three people who told me are. So that's where Francois Gerard is, that's where Nintendo Furhat is, and that's where Raymond Chandler, as I thought, is. Actually, did that say... Oh, bollocks. Show us the names again. Is his name Raymond Gaydar? Anyway, let's go back to the fucking action in inverted commas. So it's loading again. If you think this bad, if you think this is bad, imagine trying to play this if you only had one drive. Because there often something that will help you when you reach such a degrees. Chat shows. Yeah, okay. So yeah, imagine what this would be like if you only had one disk drive. Because this game comes on 3 discs, and then you've got to create a 4th disc if you're going to do the campaign. So the game essentially comes on 4 discs. That's why I configured my emulator to have 4 floppy disks, because otherwise... Yeah, okay, so that's where she is. Big fucking deal. So what do I score it? Graphically it's fine, and when you are playing the game it's as good as the first Midwinter, so it should score well. But you spend nowhere near enough time. She will take me to Nintendo for political leader, who I have to recruit, so I'll say yes to that. Yeah, but you spend so much time doing nothing because you're sitting waiting for it to load that you're not playing the game properly. Right. Can you persuade her to help? I think my charm was pretty good, so let's try that. Okay, let's try my sexual then. There you go, right, so she's agreed to help. So she will take care of my injuries. Medical skill is good. Okay, right, yeah, we'll do that. Guess what? More loading! So anyway, I scored this game 1 out of 10 because it could have been great. I mean, this is a game which lets you play a sort of James Bond type character. You're leaping around from, you know, one vehicle to another. You know, you're leaping out of Zeppelins and into biplanes, and then, you know, getting shot at that pilot and everything else. It should be fantastic. It is fucking unbearably boring because you just can't do anything without sitting for ages waiting for the fucking loading. So it gets 1 out of 10 because the graphics are fine, and the idea is brilliant. It was just so badly done. Okay, that's yeah. So these people will all help me when I reach them, and there's quite a few people, including some. And of course you have to sit through this all the time if you want to progress in the game. You've got to wait for all this fucking endless fucking loading, and as you can quite clearly hear, it drives you round the fucking bend. So right, okay, so that person's going to help, that person will help, this person will help, and so will this person. Oh, old Raymond Gaydar. Right, okay, right, let's go, let's do something! It's still loading, so, you know. I'll tell you, this recording better fucking work. Because, you know, I'm having to endure all this fucking shit. What is this option? Obviously, forward sign, identify papers doing excellent quality. Yeah, I'll definitely have that. And right, so the only other thing she can do is treat the rest of my injuries, but I don't think I have any more injuries to treat. So that then means that I'm done with this person. So off we go to the exit, and guess what that means? Yep. Oh, this game could drive me to fucking drink. Oh, I lost. Right, so I've met up with that person, so now it's a case of wandering off and doing what I need to do to the next place. But you know what? I just can't do it. I can't play this game for another fucking second. So there's a load more vehicles turning up or waiting to blow the fuck out of me. You know, I've got these papers that make them think that I am, you know, part of, on their side, but they still try and blow the fuck out of me anyway. So anyway, that's it. That's Midwinter 2, Flames of Freedom. Fucking unbearable. You know, a great idea, ruined by diabolical execution, and you spending way too much time doing absolutely fuck all while you wait for the next fucking thing to load. So yeah, 1 out of 10 for that. Utter shite. You know, play the first Midwinter by all means, it's fucking brilliant, but avoid this like the plague. So that brings this video to an end, and I'm going to find a bottle of Prozac and take the lot. And I will then see you at the next video.